Cloud computing means that you have your data and applications somewhere safe that are looked after by professionals, yet you can access it through any browser as you can your money through any ATM.
We actually just did a study of CIOs in the UK, and 56% of those CIOs believe that within the next 5 years, they're going to operate all their business applications on the internet.
Now, cloud computing has moved from being a question of if to when. That question of when obviously relates to the momentum we see with adoption.
You have to reach a tipping point before cloud computing becomes a trusted choice for companies.
So as I mentioned before, Google Apps now has 500,000 organizations who have adopted Google Apps. And that is building and building as the credibility and the momentum builds behind that.
The vision was always platform as a service, or cloud computing as it's also called, where basically we can open up this mega platform and allow any company to build and modify and mold it based on their own needs, right?
So when large organizations and complex organizations adopt cloud computing, they've obviously done their due diligence.
Absolutely.
They're comfortable with the security, the availability, the service level agreements, and the product itself, if you like, the applications and the platform. So I think some of the changes we've seen since the early 90s, like the proliferation of broadband, like the adoption of the browser as a desktop, as an application, and like the fact that companies such as Salesforce and Google have put the business models in place and the financial models to make this a reality.
Right.
So when thinking about collaboration, one of the things we've learned at Google, and you at Salesforce will have seen over the years, is that human nature dictates that people want to collaborate, they want to share. And you see this in consumer technologies, anything from Blogger to Wikipedia, where people can share and can collaborate, they will do.
Right. There's like a light that goes on within an organization, right? Somebody someday says, you know what, there must be an easier way to do this.
Absolutely,
right?
yeah.
Let's look at the consumer web and see what they're doing so successfully. Let's take the ease of use, the low cost, right, the intuitive interfaces, and bring that into the enterprise.
Yeah, the only thing that matters, of course, is that it's secure, it's reliable, it's scalable, and it's accessible.
That's right.
And if all of those things are in place and the pricing model stacks up and makes sense, then there's no reason not to adopt this cloud computing approach. The question about the future for me is, how fast will this adoption happen? And what impact will it have on the way people work and the way businesses operate?